Hello and welcome to another recording for my channel. This will be the next story arc in the Klingon Empire, which is Warzone. With the last patch update, for some reason the Empire and Warzone storylines were added, and I cannot continue until I finish these. So let's get started, bringing down the house.
Heed the call of the warrior. Claim the honor due your family. Sorella, Lady of the House of Martok, has requested that you meet her at the House Estate in the Ketha Lowlands. She did not explain why she wanted to see you, but I expect that she has some tasks she would like completed. The House of Martok has lost much prestige since I took the Chancellor's seat. But they still have many allies among the KDF, and I am loath to reject Sorella's request without a good reason. Gaining the favor of the House of Martok could serve you well. But remember, they have many enemies. I harbor no ill towards Sorella, but do not get caught up in her vengeance against me. It would not be in your best interest. Serve the Empire well. Kapla!
Okay, we just got to follow this arrow to the main gates, I believe. Lady Sorella, screwed up already. Lady Sorella, Mistress of the House of Martok, has requested your presence at the family manor. We should make our way to her as soon as possible. Hang on, do I have to talk to... No, I have to talk to Sorella, okay.
Welcome. Greetings, Kemtar. It pleases me that you have both come to my home. The House of Martok has many enemies. We have called for vengeance against the House of Jem'hadar and all of its allies for the death of my husband. And many smaller houses seek to curry favor with Jem'hadar or the House of Duras by striking at us. Until now, most of these attacks have been little more than a nuisance. When we received word from Kemtar that one of the houses may be plotting to assassinate Worf, it confirmed my suspicions that there is a greater threat emerging. I now believe that my grandson Maven may also be a target. These assassins threaten to destabilize our position on the High Council. Whoever has ordered such a dishonorable act, or who would be cowardly enough to carry it out, must be stopped. Given your current investigation, I ask that you find the assassin and remove the threat before they attempt a strike.
Your full cooperation will be appreciated.
Yes, we value your concerns, and we will proceed with caution in our investigation. It is refreshing and a testimony to the dignity of House Martok that you are willing to speak out and recognize this looming threat. May I ask where your grandson Maven is now?
He is on his way to the Batleth tournament on Forcas 3 with your father. Worf assured me that he would handle security matters during the trip. But that was before you reported your findings to me.
We should go to Forcas as well.
Before you go, I have another concern. Our local farmers reported seeing a Romulan here recently. Given Kemtar's suspicions of a house collaborating with the Tal Shiar, it seems to be an odd coincidence. We need to know what the Romulan was doing here before you leave for the tournament.
We will look for this Romulan. Oh, a lot of area to cover.
Why would a Romulan come anywhere near these farms?
Why indeed?
The only thing I've paid attention to of late has been the lack of rain. But you're a warrior, not a farmer. You wouldn't be interested in that. Sorry, I couldn't help you.
Worthless. We'll ask someone else. Might just zoom in a little.
The Targs have been busy tearing up my roots. But other than that, I haven't seen anything unusual.
Bah. We'll ask another farmer.
I remember seeing the Romulan. He said he was a surveyor hired to architect a new irrigation system. He set up equipment on the hill over there, but I haven't seen him lately. It wouldn't surprise me if he's up to no good. You can never trust a Romulan.
Sorella would have known if a Romulan surveyor was on her property. Stay alert.
This isn't surveying equipment, sir. What would a surveyor need with a Romulan short-range EM transmitter? We'll find out. Coming at me? Come at me, bruh. Oh, it's horrible. Huh. Not very strong little critters, are they?
Yes, I remember this man. It's not every day you see a Romulan in the Ketha lowlands. He didn't say he was a surveyor, though. He told me that he was a part of a diplomatic delegation studying our agriculture. Martok would have never let a Romulan set foot on our world. That's why I don't think much of jem'hadar. He's too soft. The oddest thing I remember, other than him being a Romulan, was that he personally scheduled the delivery of goods to the farm. That is against our security procedures. Lady Sorella insists on authorizing all deliveries to the manor. However, his codes were valid, and he had Lady Sorella's signature, so I did as he asked. His delivery arrived today. It is the large package we moved to the grain storage shed near the house of Martok's manor. Knep would know what was ordered. He handles most of Lady Sorella's business transactions.
We must find this Romulan and inspect that delivery.
Now he's a diplomat? I don't buy it. We're dealing with a tall Shar spy. I processed that delivery. It was an order for the House of Martok. They needed explosives for digging out a new irrigation system. The order was placed by Lady Sorella with her signature and authorization codes. She must need the new irrigation channel badly. Normally, Sorella delays such tasks until the winter, when the farm hands aren't busy with planting and harvesting.
We must get to this package at once. This spy knew that they would move these explosives near the house of Martok's fertilizer storage. He plans to use the shed as a bomb. The equipment we found earlier must have been the trigger device. But why use a Romulan short-range EM trigger? Its range would have been limited to a few hundred yards. He would need to be near the farm to trigger the detonation charges. We need to get back to the manor and stop the assassin. We should focus our search near the fertilizer shed. He will need a spot where he can visibly overlook the stores and monitor the detonation. We must hurry. Follow me. Can I get up that? Oh, okay. How's it going? Chem'hadar. Why isn't Chem'hadar following? Who cares? Let's continue on.
There he is! Stop him!
The House of Martok will crumble, and with it, the rest of the Klingon Empire. You cannot stop what has begun.
Shoot this Fashak before he beams out. Oh, there's more than one of them. Okay. Why couldn't I fire? Okay, now what? Disarm this. Disarm the. Oh, there it is. Romulans, someone hired these honorless Telshar dogs to do their dirty work. The House of Martok is strong, but with Martok gone, it has been weakened. One of its rivals seek to exploit that weakness and use the house's downfall to attack the council. We need to follow Tarson to find out who he is working for. As long as the Patak draws breath, he is a threat to the House of Martok. Captain Tarson probably beamed up to the cloaked vessel in orbit above Kunos. We should return to our ship and track where he went. You can't beam into a cloaked ship. Okay then. First, the warp traffic in this area will make it difficult to pinpoint the Romulan assassin's ship. Ever since Chancellor Jem'hadar agreed to the settlement of New Romulus, there are always Romulan ships in orbit around Kunos. How are we to maintain security when we allow these allies in our doorstep? Probably sarcasm. These allies in our doorstep. We will support the Chancellor's position, so now scan for cloaked vessels. The scanners have been configured for motion detection, but as expected, there is too much traffic in the area. We must also consider that the Romulan has left the system. Scan for a singularity call emissions. Sir, your intuition is superb. Scanners are detecting trace signature. Sorry. Scanners are detecting trace singularity distortions and from the nearby nearby asteroids, indicating a Romulan warbird recently entered warp. If we get a closer scan, I will be able to plot a course based on the warp trail signature. Take us closer to the asteroids. From memory, you have to go a bit lower than the asteroid belt, not actually in it. Wrong way. Where are you? Nope, wrong one. Well, that's nowhere near where I am, so that can't be it. Let's just do a spiral upwards flyby. This is frustrating. We're now above the asteroid belt. I'm pretty sure it was just below the asteroid belt. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. If I zoom in a little bit and see, yeah, right in the middle of it. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's right in the middle. Okay. Or on the top. Scan complete. The warp trail course plotted. Sir, the Romulan warbird is headed for the Forces system. He's after Worf and Maven.
Lady Sorella's suspicions were correct. The Romulan is going to make an attempt on her grandson's life. While my father is a formidable warrior, this time he may be overwhelmed. We must set a course for the Forcas system at once.
Agreed. Prepare to leave orbit. Okay. By the way, the ship I'm using at the moment is the jem'hadar Dreadnought Carrier. I keep forgetting about that last engineering console on there. So as you can see, again, Polaron weapons, the morphogenic set, jem'hadar set, jem'hadar space set, Dominion space set. Let's see. maximum shields, polar on damage. It's a carrier, so it has hanger pets. Engineering, this is damage resistance. Energy siphon. Gotta remember. Do I have anything on this? Nope, don't have anything on that. What's this? Might as well just take that for now. I'm not going to be using it just yet, so bit of extra damage. Not too far now. We have arrived in the Forcas systems. The trail from the Romulan warbird ends here, scanning the system for ship signatures.
I've attempted to contact him, but with the Batleth tournament underway, he is not responding. It is unclear if he is unavailable, or if something has happened to him. We'll need to beam down to the surface to know for certain.
Have we located the ship yet? I've located the Romulan warbird. It is cloaked and dropping into a planetary orbit around Forcas 3. We're receiving an incoming hail from the ship's commander, Tarson. Put that piece of buck-tug on screen.
You are becoming an annoyance. You have made yourself a target by defending the House of Martok. By following me here, you've given me no choice but to destroy you.
Prepare for battle. Cloaked. Tarson has cloaked his ship, sir. He will not escape for long. His cloaking device is damaged, and I'm detecting a high concentration of tetrion particles in the asteroid belt. He may have gone there to perform emergency repairs. Locking coordinates on his location now.
Klingon traitors are helping the Romulans!
Impossible. Tarson is being assisted by Klingons. I'm picking up another pocket of tetrion particles, sir, but I suggest caution. If these captains are so dishonorable that they would fight us to help a Romulan, they may have allies lurking in wait to ambush us. Putting coordinates on screen, Captain.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
By what?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
By what? Have no idea what just happened. Okay.
You cannot stop what is already set in motion. The Klingon Empire will fall.
We've destroyed his ship, but Tarson may have already transported agents to the surface. He also appears to have Klingon collaborators already in place. I recommend that you and I beam down discreetly and quickly locate Worf and Maven. We do not want to draw large amounts of attention, but remember that protecting Maven is our highest priority. Let no one stand in our way. Romulan infiltrators will have a hard time navigating an arena full of Klingons. I recommend we start by asking in the bar to see if anyone has seen or heard anything unusual.
We will start our search in the bar.
Did you see Jim Puck when he was young and still fighting in the tournaments? Oh, now that was something to behold. He was masterful and fluent, not like the young tards here these days. I'm surprised that some of them can hold on to their batlets for the entire match. Huh?
Wonderful! Another stout warrior eager to hear a story of my glory days in battle. Pull up a chair and I'll allow you the honor of buying me a bloodline.
Have you seen the fighter from the House of Duras? He looks like a real contender for champion standing. I'll bet you a barrel of blood wine that he wins without taking a single wound.
As General Chang fought the Master Corps, both in their prime fighting condition, who do you think would take champion standing?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one I have to question to get the right answer.
And what do you think of the new rule restricting botnet links to between 110 and 120 centimeters?
I personally won't use anything other than the traditional 116 centimeter length, but I can understand the desire for customization for one's weapons.
Do you really think a Romulan would be foolish enough to beam down to an arena filled with hundreds of Klingon warriors? Besides, ever since that one tournament where the champion of the House of Mokai used a transporter to steal his opponent's bat'leth in the middle of a fight, there are transport inhibitors in place. The only places they can operate are the transport pads and cargo storage.
7th Gamma Report. Sir, I've checked the arena's transporter logs and did not find any Romulan signatures. Looking at the arena floor plan, I believe the agent may have beamed in somewhere near the cargo area. If you gain access to the local security system, we may be able to pinpoint their location. They can't hide from us. Good work, 07. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Where's the glowing green console I've got to check? You son of a...
That tall Shi'ar agent was attempting to erase the security logs in the cargo area. He also sealed the doors with a security lockout. It would take too much time to override this work. Our best chance of getting into the storage area would be to disrupt the power flow to the cargo bay doors.
Agreed, we will head there at once. Let's zoom out again. Oh, jump. What was that? Where's the console? Disrupt power to the cargo bay doors. Must be outside. Oh, it's up there. Okay, cool.
The control system reports that the outer door to the cargo bay has been unlocked, but the inner door remains sealed shut. We'll need to blast that door, get inside, and stop this miserable Tuba.
Okay, but where do I have to go? Oh. No dead guard this time. I don't see anything.
Maven! No!
This was honorable death.
What is the meaning of this, Alexander? Maven was sent here to replace his equipment, and yet I find you here, surrounded by Romulans with the grandson of Martok dead at your feet. Explain yourself.
This was not Kemtar's doing.
Lady Sorella feared that you alone would not be able to keep her grandson safe. We followed these Romulans here and would have stopped them had these halls not been filled with Klingon traitors. And where were you when these assassins struck?
Both of you stop. We must focus on finding the real enemy.
I see you have been listening to my son's conspiracy theories again. He talks of peace and uniting the houses, yet here he is, with a blade in his hand, looking for glory. I told you I wanted nothing to do with this.
With respect, sir, we have proof that another house is behind this.
While you were here at the tournament, assassins moved against Lady Sorella at her own estate. If we hadn't tracked down this agent and disarmed his explosive, she would be dead as well. At every step, we have encountered Klingons, hiding in the shadows, with blades at our backs.
What Chem'hadar says is the truth. We must find these traitors and put an end to this plot.
I have not seen this evidence, but I believe what you say. We will get to the bottom of this. That does not mean we can act rashly. If there were Klingons aiding these agents, then we are still in danger.
If we uncover the identity of this rival house, then they will be forced to act in the open and we can fight them head on.
Agreed. One of the great houses is here backing the Romulans, and they will try to escape before their role in this plot is revealed. One of the Klingons we killed on the way here was wearing a tournament sash. We should check the training rooms of each house in attendance and look for evidence that would connect them to the Romulans.
We'll uncover this threat together.
We must uncover the Klingon collaborators who helped Tarson kill Maven. Tarson had assistants on the ground. We will proceed with the plan to check the training rooms here before the villains have a chance to cover up their crime.
Okay, so...
This equipment appears to have been custom made for their warriors. I hope the Empire's coffers didn't pay for this.
Okay, so there's one little crate per room.
The batleths of the House of Kanja have elaborate targ skin grips, but otherwise appear to be normal. I see no evidence here that would link them to the assassins. Ever since Urapinthe, I have been suspicious of the House of Torg. And now it appears they were preparing to leave the tournament early. Look at this state of disarray. We must look for evidence that may link them to the Romulan assassins. These are Romulan weapons. It appears that your suspicions have been correct. It must be the House of Torg. We must confiscate this evidence, and then warn the rest of House Martok.
We will reveal their treachery. Oh, more room.
Sorella and the rest of the House of Martok will mourn for her grandson. But I must also see that security remains a priority. To start, I am sending you a recruit from our house, the warrior Belera. She's been personally trained by me and will aid your crew as we fight against the House of Torg.
Oh, okay. Awesome. That's it. That's the end of the mission. Okay, we'll wait for the thing to pop up so we can tell it to go away, which has normally happened by now. The house always wins. Okay, I'll just keep going then. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Any comments down below. Any suggestions on particular gameplays or even games you want me to do a playthrough of, I'm happy to try. Happy to take criticism. All I ask is that you keep it civil in the conversations down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.